I like to think wolf, but it's probably like a wolf with a gammy leg or something. So Claire.
Adeel.
Okay, so what's your go-to karaoke song?
None. I will never be able to do it. I can't.
Right, let's try this again. Let's say you and me went for karaoke. We've already had a few drinks.
I feel even just a bit anxious thinking about it. Like at drama school, when we had to sing at drama school, they let me do it with my back to everyone. Because what
song was that? What song did you sing?
Like Brecht or some sort of drama school.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
It's
nerve-wracking. Don't worry.
Yeah. So I would just I would just stay and enjoy you singing.
Oh, would you?
Yeah. So it's not going to happen. What's the best dish you can cook?
The other day.
I remember you talking about porridge. A lot. That's a big.
Yeah, it's not. You don't think there's much you can do with porridge, but there's loads. But just the other day, I made a sort of like sweet and sour chicken from scratch, sort of thing. Yeah. So
Did you go batter or without?
I did do batter. I went batter.
Yeah, nice.
It felt a little bit a notch up from a takeaway.
Yeah.
But a notch down from like an impressive meal. Do you know what I mean? It was like hearty and like anyway, family enjoyed it. So what are you best known for among your friends? What are you best known for?
I think on the theme of cooking, I get teased. Well, I mean less so now because of COVID and things, but I went like my old friends from drama school and then sort of being a young adult in London, I'm best known for cooking with mince.
Cooking with mince? Mince meat? Yeah. You can rustle up a really good dish with mincemeat dish.
It's not very exciting, but that's what they'll tease me for, is that it will be a mince-based lasagna or cottage pie or chili. That's what I'm known amongst my friends for, and also just being quite naughty sense of humour.
Yes.
Too naughty to.
I can attest to that.
Yeah. The beef and naughty humour.
Beef and naughty.
This is a big one, Adeel. Is what would constitute a perfect day for you?
A perfect day would probably be a lie-in. Because we've got young kids. So that's how that day would start. And the drop-off would be very smooth.
Yeah.
No screaming and shouting, whooping and hollering. None of that. Thank you very much. Just in the car. A smooth drop-off. Then Lex and I find ourselves, that pocket of time in the afternoon where you're like, oh, there's an hour and a half, and you're both together and you're like, oh, we could just go for a coffee or something. Just that pocket of time.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee and a pastry with Lex maybe in the afternoon. Pick up again, smooth, nothing to worry about. Dinner, no mess. This is really boring, isn't it?
No, it's nice.
But I think you understand.
I do.
Yeah, okay, cool. And then bath time smooth.
Yeah.
And then a gin and tonic with Lex in the evening.
Yeah, you see, we don't ask for much as parents, just for it all to go to plan. Because we're being reasonable. It's all, it's all happening. There's no need. There's no need for shouting.
Yeah.
And yet they make us all the time.
All the time. Or who would you like to have as a dinner guest?
Yeah.
Anybody in the world?
I've been watching and listening a lot to the brilliant Miriam Margolyes, who wrote this fantastic book and then done lots of sort of publicity to sell it. And even just historically is always brilliant on things like Graham Norton. There's loads of brilliant clips.
Did you read it? You read her book?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
But what I love about, it's great. But I love her, I love her humour and her, she's just reckless, but brilliantly reckless, doesn't care, but also is clearly immensely caring. And I also love how candid she is about how she talks about herself and her body and how she feels about that, and she does great documentaries where she talks to other people who really open up to her. So I think she'd be just a brilliant guest to have dinner with. Hilarious,
really good choice.
With a great appetite, but also just beautiful conversation.
And it's almost like her honesty would put everyone at ease.
Yeah, definitely.
She has this thing where she's talking about, do you know that thing where she talks about farts a lot? Just everybody farts. She's like, that. Yeah. And then that's like, if I do it, and if I say it and I do it, it sort of makes everybody sort of freer in the room. They feel a lot happier.
I don't remember you doing that on set.
What, farting?
It would have been a good thing to maybe do.
That would have been like an icebreaker, yeah. Our first meeting, our chemistry test.
Right. Is there a skill that you've always wished, that you'd like to have or always wished you had?
I saw somebody making a pot with it, like coiling clay. Yeah. And it's a really long process, but what I'd like to do a bit, like get into pottery.
Yeah, no, I
don't get into pottery. I'd like to make some nice ceramic stuff.
I think that's a fantastic answer.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no, but only because I like it too.
Well, what's your spirit animal?
What is that? What's yours?
I mean,
is it like if you were an animal, what would you be?
It's like if you're like in the most interiorness of yourself, if that came out as an animal, what would that be? Like the most sort of like, I mean, mine's something like, I remember once when I got a little bit drunk with Lex and we were sort of dating and stuff. I was sort of making fun of myself a bit, but also making fun of the idea that I was just like, look, don't get too close to me because I'm a wolf. Like, just mucking about. I was just like, because I'm a wolf or whatever. I'm gonna, you know how like some dudes are like that. Seriously, they're like that. They're like, don't get close to me, man, because I'm like dangerous or whatever. And I said that to her, and she goes, "You're more like a wolf." Like without even thinking, she's just like, "You're more like a wolf cub." I like to think wolf, but it's probably like a wolf with a gammy leg or something. Name 3 things Ali and Ava appear to have in common. 3 things Ali.
I heard it. It's not. I heard it.
It's not a question.
I think, 3 things they have in common is definitely their humour.
Yeah.
Sense of humour is really lovely to see in the film. And I think that they have a real loyalty to their families, a real loyalty to their families. And I think they share a tenderness.
Oof, good answers.
Thanks.
Very good.
But yeah, what do you think?
Like a resolve? They have a sort of resolve, they're sort of like a same thing as like a sort of inner strength of sorts, Yeah. They're kind, both very kind people. And they're both really attractive. No. Okay, no.
No, that's it. And next question.
No. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Oh, I think I would like to time travel. Not to see like the big stuff. I'd like to just go around people's houses at tea time, at different points in history, like domestic history. Really interests me.
But just to be in a family home at a certain point in time.
Yeah. Like at 5 o'clock, say, at various points in history.
So what's the one bit of history that you're thinking about that you'd like to?
Well, I'm thinking about, I mean, I love history and I love reading about history, and there's a lot of colloquial stuff written. Well, it's called the Mass Observation Project. You probably know about it, which is World War II, where the public were invited to chronicle day-to-day life and send it in. So it's been, it's documented. Uneventful, just like what you did in the afternoon. And I just love reading that. Yeah.
That is fascinating, yeah.
Yeah, so I've got that in mind.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Just to know what people's rituals were at that time. And
yeah.
I don't know. Probably
really similar, I think. Yeah. That's what I love, is that
people all congregated around tables and ate, and what the chat would be, really, yeah.
And shouted at their kids. Sure. And did the equivalent of, running around trying to make, there would have been an equivalent, wouldn't there, of stuff that you had to get done.
Yeah.
Getting the chickens in, or I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Because I think it's not, what I love is that it's really recent. I love that history is actually really recent. And also I love that we're all the same, I think.
Sure, that's a nice thing to know, actually.
Yeah.
That there's a sort of continuation of humanity that happens.
Yeah.
Medieval,
we're not special.
Yeah.
What? Okay, the last question. We've done quite well.
Yeah.
It's a very intimate question, this, Adeel. What was your first? Your first key?
Oh, right. Okay, so at ladies' college disco, because I went to an all-boys school, boarding school, so we had discos at ladies' college, Shotton Ladies' College, and it was like that last bit of the disco.
Well, that's called the erection section, isn't it?
The erection section, yeah. But I mean, I don't think we were allowed to call it that at that time. Anyway, so I just remember. So right at the end, everybody's like, "Oh, would you like a dance? Would you like a dance?" And it was like, and I don't know who it was or anything. It was just like, and then I had my face, and it was so awkward. Like, I had my face in this girl's hair, and then I was so scared to kiss her, and I think she probably was as well, that it was just all hair. So I don't know if technically it was even a kiss. But
just
that's
a hairy kiss.
Like a hair kind of just not very.
Yeah.
And then it was just like sort of like a really nervous bye.
I'll let you know mine, which was when I was too young to be kissing, really. And it was at the local, it was a village, we lived near a village green, and there was it was a roundabout, a slide, swings, whatever. And I was on the roundabout kissing a boy. And then later that evening, my mum said that someone she knew had seen me and had rung my mum and said, "Oh, you're Claire kissing on the roundabout."
Did you get in trouble?
No, not really. No, I was more embarrassed because she said she said something like, "I don't mind you kissing, but it was kissing for longer than you should be kissing."
Oh.
But we've done well there, I think, Adeel.
I think we did, yeah. We breezed through that.
Done.